Traditionally, when there is a meeting or something to communicate about in an office, it is usually one person goes and tells the other in an office, we have a meeting by 10 a.m., we have a meeting by 12 noon, whatever time it is. That is because they are in a particular space, in the same building, they communicate with each other. So I know you'll be wondering, how then do virtual assistants communicate with their team members and all of that? Don't worry, in this video, I'm going to share with you all how that is possible. Virtual assistants communicate with their teammates, their clients, and all of that using software applications. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about software applications and tools that virtual assistants work with. If you're a virtual assistant, if you're already a virtual assistant, I'm sure you'll be conversant with these tools. If you're aspiring to be a virtual assistant, please take note of these tools because you are going to be coming across it in your journey as a virtual assistant. Now, what tools you'll be working with or what softwares you'll be working with could be dependent on which your company or your client uses. In the case of a virtual assistant, you are working virtually. You are not in the same location with your client or your team members. So what do? How then do you communicate that we have this meeting by this so time? It is simple. They use software. In your entire journey as a virtual assistant, you are going to be working with a lot of software. Now, this is possible by communicating via software. Usually, when you're onboarded as a virtual assistant, your client or your company tells you, these are what we use for communication, these are the tools we use for file sharing. They tell you all the tools they use. When there is a meeting, it is usually sent via a calendar. Everyone gets it. And then you are being told what tool that will be used for that meeting. Once it is time, you log into this softwares and you are in the meeting with everyone logged in. Today's video's number one software we'll be talking about will be communication softwares or communication tools. Example of communication tools, we have Google Meet. It is a product developed by Google, the company called Google. It is used for communication between team members, virtual meetings, and all others. Number two, we'll be talking about Zoom. Zoom is a company that offers this software that we can use for communication and all of that. Zoom is a different software on its own. Number three, Slack. Slack also gives us the ability to do virtual meetings, communicate with our team members, etc. If you might be wondering, how then do I use these tools? Don't worry, I have videos on how you can use Google Meet, how you can use Zoom, how you can set up the meeting, how you can join meetings. I will be attaching the video towards the end of this video to communicate with their team members. Starting up as a virtual assistant, the basic thing you should know is what software application is. I'm going to make a video about software applications in case you really do not understand. Another software applications or tools used by virtual assistants is file sharing tools. Now, when we talk about file sharing, you may be wondering, how can a virtual assistant share a file with his or her teammates? In a traditional office, your boss could be like, do this for me and return this file. You do it and you go to his office or her office and submit it. But in this case, there is no physical office connecting you and your team member or your client or your boss. So as a virtual assistant, how do you share files with others? Different softwares, different tools that are file sharing tools. Number one is called Google Drive. What is Google Drive? Google Drive is a cloud-based file sharing tool, meaning that things that you add to it are stored in the cloud. They are not stored in your phone or in your desktop. Even if I lose my phone or I lose my desktop, so long as I have the password to my email, I will have access to these things in my Google Drive. So that's one very good thing about cloud storage tools. Now, how do you then share this file with your client or your teammates? When I'm done working on something, all I need to do is add it to my Google Drive and then share it with my teammates. It has options you can share. It has options that others can collaborate on those files, can edit those files while you see them editing it. If you want to learn more about Google Drive, Please stay to the end and watch the video I'll be attaching to this video. I'll add a video that teaches you how to use a Google Drive. So another type of file sharing and cloud storage tool I'll be talking about today is OneDrive. What is OneDrive? OneDrive is also a cloud storage or cloud-based tool developed by Microsoft. The first one I talked about was Google Drive. It was developed by Google. This one is developed by Microsoft. It does almost the same thing with Google. Number 3 type of file sharing and cloud storage tool I'll be talking about today is Dropbox. Dropbox is another cloud-based file sharing and cloud storage tool. It also enables you share file. It enables you collaborate on a particular file or sheet or whatsoever it is with your teammates. Another type of software or tools that can help you work effectively, organize your schedules and everything as a virtual assistant is called task management. Some other persons could call it project management tools. Now, for example, in your team, you are like the team head. You are to assign tasks to different people, give them due dates, track what they are doing and all of that. How do you do all of this? Remember, you are not in a physical place with these people you are working with. You are doing everything virtually. Now, there are softwares that can help you stay organized. Organize every task that you have to do. Organize everything that you have to do. It could also be that as a virtual assistant, you are working with a lot of different clients. There are tools that can help you stay organized. Know what to do for these clients. Know when to do it. Know the due date and all of that. What example of these tools am I talking about? Like Asana. There's Trello. There's ClickUp. There's a lot of these tools. There's so many of them. On these project management tools, one of the common features about them is that it has places where you can create label on what is to be done this week or next week and its due date, who it is assigned to. It gives you the opportunity to assign tasks to different team members and all of that. So another tool we are going to be talking about today is time tracking tools. You may be wondering, how then do these clients know how much I've spent on a particular task or done something for so number of times? Because they are not seeing you, they are not seeing you physically. So don't worry, time tracking tools helps you track how many hours you've spent or minutes or whatsoever you spent on a particular project or task, so that you can bill your clients accordingly, especially when you are billing these clients per hour. When you get a job, some clients might want to bill per hour. They might want you to bill them per hour, or they might want you to bill them per project. It all depends on your agreement with them. What I mean by per project, let's say you are designing something for this client, and some might want to pay you per hour as you design. Some might want, when you are done with the design, they pay you. Some might want to pay you monthly, some might want to pay you weekly. It all depends on you and this client. Now, if you are being paid per hour, it is important to track your time so that the clients could know how much time you have spent on a particular project, so they can pay you if you guys agreed on per hour payment. For platforms like Upwork, it has its own time tracking tool. All you need to do is put it on and it tracks your screen. It tracks what you are doing. It takes a screenshot of what you do and how many hours you have worked. That's basically what time tracking tools do. The example of these time tracking tools, we have the one called Toggle. We have Toggle. There is Toggle, there is Clockify, and there is Harvest. In conclusion, there are so many types of tools, softwares that you could use as a virtual assistant. That is why, as a virtual assistant, it's good you are what is called a tech savvy. You should be ready to learn how to use any tool at any point, because sometimes the job that your client might be doing might require a different type of software. If you've been able to learn a lot from this video, if the tips I've shared in this video have helped you, please do well to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. Thank you.